Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. Welcome back to the Coast to Coast series. So trying to figure out which job to do has taken some work because really there's three I've looked at. This excavator Volvo, which is the longest distance, so normally that would be our process. These cars, and this excavator that's going from Whitehorse to Virginia. So while this one I think gets me to another city in Florida, it's very similar to what we've done already. This one as well would be the second or third straight job from Whitehorse, and obviously we delivered the other one to Whitehorse, so we just continue to go. Now it would get me to Virginia, which I haven't gone to before. But I'm going to break the rule a little bit in maximizing the experience, because this is less experience, but this takes me through a significant area, plus gets me to one of the easternmost points that I have available. Obviously there's a few up here, but we don't have any choices for that in any of the long runs. And then on the other end, it also is bringing me up through areas I've not been through before. So I've come down through Mexico this way a few times, but we've not been on this western edge. If we were running this ourselves, there would also be a consideration of this ferry price, but because we're still acting as contractors, the employer pays the tolls and the ferry price, so this won't come out of our money. So we're going to get about 1,000 less experience points doing this, but the other locations we can discover, which will open up, different load types and so forth. And in addition, excavators are heavy, so every time we start and stop, it's going to take significantly longer to speed up. You can see 38,000 pounds, and this one's 45,000 pounds. By the time you add the truck and everything up, we're going to be, topping out near the 80,000 pound limit when we weigh in. Cars are a lot lighter, so we're going to be able to move faster. So those are the reasons I'm going to go ahead and make this the run that we're going with this time. This is also going to kind of give us the opposite corners, which could potentially give me some extended routes that I just haven't been exposed to yet, but we'll take a look and see what we can do. So while this does have two bonuses, because we've got a time delivery and high value, while this is simply fragile, that's part of the reason we're not getting the experience max, because the difference in mileage is not that substantial, but this one has two bonuses and this one just has one. Alright, so yeah, I thought the in-dash was there. Let me turn and just figure out where I'm at, get my bearings. Alright, obviously we're going to go right, because we can't go left, but that doesn't mean someone can't come from the left. And we once again have half of the gas, so I'm going to go ahead and go get gas and top off here, because that's kind of the issue we have all the time with these long trips, is that we take off and then we have to get gas immediately. So while we have 500 miles to empty, I don't want to have to worry about it. Again, if it was my own money, maybe I'd be a little more frugal. But yeah, full on, we can go 1,051 miles. It is late at night when we're starting. But I'm trying to figure out where it's going to have me go here. Let me look at the map. So yeah, I definitely want to go back the way I was going, otherwise we are doing things for no real reason there. It should let me... Ah! Well, that's not a good start. Goodness gracious. Alright. Well, I'm going to back up. I really thought he was kind of watching what was happening and would have stopped, but... So I'm going to go ahead and also now pull in and get repaired, because for the length of distance we need to go, having any kind of damage is not going to be a good thing. Oh goodness, I've kind of created my own problem here, because they can't go because I'm in the way. Oh, come on. Goodness gracious. This is a bit of a disaster. All to go get gas. Now hopefully we'll be able to clear the vehicle here. And once again we'll go to the shop now. So we're doing a lot of nothing. A lot of minutes being spent here. Just to kind of cover our bases and get going in a good solid way. So let me do this service. We're gonna repair, because yeah, we've got some chassis damage. We definitely don't want any of that. I'm hoping, because I got hit just in the cab in the tractor, there was no damage to the cargo, because that is the one downside with fragile cargo. I mean, it's part of the reason I think that there's the largest bonus at 22% for fragile, because you can sustain damage and then take both experience and money penalties with fragile cargo that you're not going to do for on-time deliveries, for example. High-value cargo can also have some things, but not as much, and it's not as susceptible as fragile cargo. So I'm definitely going to need to look around a lot more, just make sure that I'm really doing a good job. The challenge here too will be, obviously the Mexican roads take a bit. Now we know in the last episode, I think it told us it was going to take 6 hours, and it ended up being closer to 3.5, I think. So I'm hoping we're going to have something similar. This is telling me 5.25 hours. And, you know, once we're out of Mexico, we should be able to move along pretty well. And here, you know, we're going to head across this little bit of land, and then we're going to get on the ferry. But obviously that just takes us a little bit further east, but doesn't do much for anything else. So we can go 43. And once again, not surprisingly, we're on road we've been on before, because we can't begin from a city that we've never been to before. And given these are smaller cities out here in Mexico, just like on any of the modded maps, there's usually one way in and out of town, because they don't have a huge road network set up. And you know, we're not going to get anything new, but I think that will change relatively quickly here. Got a little bit of winding road. Once again, I'd rather be a little slower and a little careful than rushing in the beginning and immediately starting off with damage. So I certainly didn't intend to get hit by that individual. So nice pipeline over the road there. At this point, we are headed east, so we're going in the right direction. But I think there was a point then we came in from the north, because I believe this is where we ended the last... I don't remember actually. I'm wondering if this is where we ended, but maybe it wasn't the last run. I know we were taking that dynamite somewhere, but I think it was here, but well, he's decided he's going to go by, which is his prerogative. And that's why, again, I'm sure at some point I'll take, an excavator. I mean, this is still good because it's fragile cargo. We're still getting, $153,000, $150,000 either way, assuming no damages and penalties. So it's not as if we're not making a lot for this run. So that'll get us right up near $850,000. But, again, losing 1,000 is going to slow down our progress a bit. So there may be times where I will go ahead and opt for the excavator, but it was just really tough to pass up this route. And so as we start to fill out more of the map, and that becomes a non-issue for a decision point, then I would have taken that excavator and just dealt with realities of whatever it was. But let me just take a quick look here. So we've got some, looks like Teslas or something that we're moving out of here. So maybe there's a manufacturing plant nearby that we were taking them from and, moving them up to folks in Canada who are looking for some electric vehicles. When it's at the tail end, you don't necessarily remember. You're just kind of like, yeah, I want to be done. This is a real windy road. I don't know that I kind of recall this being that way. I'm thinking we're just going to go straight through the intersection here, but I guess we'll find out when we get there.
Get ready to turn right.
Huh? I guess we're going to turn right. So we're going to go... Let me look again because the map will do strange things. Now there's... Is this something I can't get to? I guess let's see what we see, but if not, I think I'll just continue.
Turn right.
I think it's because there's a street light, but yeah, I'm just going to go here, and instead of making multiple turns,
Let's find a new route.
I'm just going to go here and turn right. And yes, that does mean I'm not discovering the road through town, but that's okay. There's nothing that's going to gain me. We've already discovered,
Get ready to turn right.
I think it's Ciudad, which is what the CD is. Ciudad Constitución, or something. I'm saying it in horrible Spanish. Constitución, maybe.
Go straight
And,
on.
just got to be careful because sometimes these speed bumps will cause damage to the cargo too. I had that happen on the one mission, if you recall. You are not going to do that to me. Made me stop. But we had that one guy cut us off before, and then
Go straight on.
we had that problem because, yeah, these guys clearly just want to go. So we had the Ernest and Julio Gallo Winery here as a delivery point. So the question is, do I just rest now? No, I think I won't because, again, I'm headed to the ferry, and the ferry is going to give us, I think, a reset. So, and then we're going to lose more time because, it's a $4,100 ferry, so I'm assuming that's going to be several hours that we're going to be driving. Oh, a little policeman passing us by. I'm hoping we're done with the speed bumps, because those are not entertaining. I'll be honest, I'm not enjoying them at all. Alright, so we can get ourselves up to 70. And again, hopefully we won't regret that. I do have to be careful, because that is a policeman up ahead of me, so I'm kind of straddling that line of where I would get a ticket, I think, if I get near him, but maybe he'll turn off before we get too close. I guess we'll find out, because I may slow down to 65. I know that will be okay, but it's not as if this road isn't windy. I think I may need to slow down anyway. Obviously going up that hill, it slowed me down. But the key is, again, I'm definitely going to slow down. Again, last thing I want is to botch this mission right at the beginning. Not that I want to botch it right at the end, but you know what I mean. I need to drive like I really should be driving as a simulator, and not as a video game player, where I'm just trying to drive as fast as I can to get this mission done and get to the next one. I mean, I certainly would like to do that, but I need to do the right thing here too. Otherwise, obviously, the penalty system will penalize me substantially, because if I roll this truck, pretty much any of the bonuses I got will be entirely negated by the damage. These guys are just not gonna not pass me. So at this point, we're not even showing a speed limit on our mini-map, so I don't even know how fast we're allowed to go through here. But we are now down, so we're at 3,853 miles according to this. It is what, Monday? And this is telling us we have till Tuesday 5 p.m. and obviously that is next Tuesday, so we have over a week to make this trip. It's telling us we have 188 hours and 14 minutes till our delivery time, and if we were to drive without stopping, we need 97 hours of driving to get us there, is what my sim dashboard is sharing with me. So about double the time, not quite, but close, is available to us. So at least right now, because again, this isn't a just-in-time delivery like the other one was where I push things, I definitely should be able to take advantage of just resting and not having as tight a window, because usually with the, especially the urgent deliveries, which is the highest bonus, there's usually very little flexibility in time, where if you kind of miss sleep at one point, you could just make it impossible to make the delivery without, driving through your sleep time and things like that, that obviously we're not supposed to do. So it didn't look like there was that much in this part of Mexico that we were going to go through, but clearly this thing has taken us somewhere. Relatively stupid statement if I've ever made one, because obviously we're going somewhere. Well, this is definitely an unforgiving road, especially this late at night. Very sharp turns. We definitely do not want to be going through here at some insane speed, but these cars have a lot less patience for my antics. which is kind of how I feel in a car when I get behind a truck and I've got places to go and I'm on roads I already know. I'm like, I know where I need to go, get out of my way. I'm sure they're all feeling the same way. But we're here inside these mountains, hills, whatever you want to call it. And appropriately, the modelers have built this as you would expect a road going through a mountainous region. It's very difficult to just make it straight without incurring tons of costs because you're blasting the road and so forth. Alright, well, he decided to back off, maybe because he's gonna exit, but there isn't an exit. Yeah, I don't know if Cabo San Lucas is where we're headed to meet the ferry. I'm assuming we're still headed to the ferry. Okay, oh no, that's just a rest area, but beginning to second guess myself about do I not want to stop, because I honestly thought I'd be at the ferry by now, and I might be right there, so I definitely need to take a look, because this may just be a rest stop outside the ferry port. In fact, that's almost certainly what it is, given what I'm seeing. But just to be sure. Yep. So we're just heading up. Gotta go through town. La Paz. We'll see if it gives us the discovery of La Paz. It's taking us kind of around the edge. Again, I need to stop being excited and going too fast. Alright. So this is our inspection. He's waving me on, even though it says stop, so I don't have a point that I need to do anything with here, so I'll slowly go through. If they start yelling at me, I'll stop. And they didn't say anything, so I think we're okay. Just turn on my signal in case someone was going straight through. I think that road was blocked, but I don't know for certain. Ferry must have just gotten here. Lots of traffic the other way. I'm assuming that's why. And I think it's going to have us exit here and then go around. So I'll stay to the right. I don't know, it does not seem like I can go 50 through there, but alright, what do I need to do? So actually I am not exiting, I'm staying on the road, which yes, probably means I'm not going to get the discovery of the town. Right now it looks like the words are right on the road, which again, I don't know if the words are indicative of where the sensing point is. I would hope. There we go. Now I can stop wondering. Bienvenidos La Paz. Again, I don't know how authentic some of these things are. I would imagine they're pretty good, so whatever it looked like, a whale tail sculpture or something that we had passed in that park there. Nice palm trees in the center. Alright, I gotta be careful. I'm already kind of at the speed limit. Life is easier when I shop at Eddie's. I'm thinking that might not be a real sign that's down here, but who knows? Eddie might be a popular guy. So, alright, I didn't discover the either truck shop or whatever it was that's there. This is getting pretty busy. Farmacias Tapatías, it looks like. So. Definitely a much more interesting town than we have in a lot of the modded areas. But again, Mexico's been better than Canada. I guess maybe subconsciously that was also part of the reason I was like, I don't want to come out of Canada again. Because, you know, I've been there, done that. But yeah, we still have over 3/4 of a tank of gas, where otherwise right now we'd probably be in the red and be desperately looking to fill up, which would have been okay, because obviously we're passing a gas station here, and there were a few others in town, but we didn't know that we'd have those options. So that was why I, again, didn't want to press my luck. It's 31, so I can't go much faster. I'm going to get flagged for speeding. Going around the edge of town here. I'm assuming that's the ferry that we see in front of us. Just want to make sure nobody's to my right that I'm going to hit. Because, yeah, this is definitely more treacherous for us than I thought. I'm going to kind of cheat and straddle the line. I just don't want a car sneaking up on me. And there we go. Now we're going to go back to one lane. Roundabout, it looks like. And I think then we're going to head off
Get ready to exit right.
to the left. Obviously, it's a roundabout, so we have to go right. But it'll be the second exit, I believe.
Exit right.
There we go. And I think behind this hill, I see the ferry waiting for us. So very exciting. This is our first, I believe, our first ferry ride on this series. Something that happens a lot more frequently in Europe, but you'll have to, I'll have to give you a European truck simulator trip to see that, but alright, so do I really want to go here? I do. Goodness. That is a... Seems like there must be a much easier way to do this, but this is what it's telling me to do. And it did say keep left, so... Alright, so we're gonna have to go through here, line up, and go through the checkpoint. Whoa, there's posts there. Please pull in for vehicle inspection. Alright, so we do need to go that way. Although I'm wondering if it's up there, not here. Yeah, okay. So I want to make sure I'm clear of the posts before I dive over.
A new route.
This GPS is terrible for knowing where I need to go, but I understand what it's trying to do. So this is definitely an interesting setup. Alright, 58,000 pounds. And now I think we turn, basically do a U-turn, and then we do another U-turn at the other end. So yeah, I think if we didn't have to weigh, we could have just swung around here. So that was really just, and that's probably why it said finding a new route, because I think it was probably having us take the shorter way around. But then we would have missed the scale, and we would have gotten fined. And that's not what we want. Alright, so here we go.
Let's find a new route.
Our ferry icon. So we're going to enter. And we want to go to, yes, the 4100 route. So we're going to embark. And yes, it takes us 7 hours. So I believe we will be able to rest on this route.
Rerouting.
So yeah, when I because now we got 14 hours till rest. So we're all refreshed, and it's 6:26 a.m.
And turn left.
Wait, do I really need to turn left? No, I need to go right. Alright. Let me make sure. Yep, this is correct. Alright. I just was second guessing because I didn't actually know, so we could have gone to Mazatlan. I know that name. Oh, Cabo San Lucas is way down there. Okay. Clearly I don't know anything about Mexican geography. It's not a country I visited. Might be one that we get to eventually, but I'm not a big beach goer. So frankly, there's just not a lot of desire, and not a huge partier per se either. So it's just like all the things that I think people like to go to Mexico for. It's just not stuff my wife and I usually do. So it's just not been high on our list of things to go do. We also don't like being incredibly hot. And I kind of think that's also a big part of visiting Mexico, is sitting in the hot sun. And there's plenty of places we can do that, other ways as well. So, in any event, I'm just trying to get my truck through the world here. So, in theory, even though I'm fairly certain we haven't spent anywhere near an hour playing yet, my sim dashboard is telling me that I have burned an hour in getting done in my real world ETA. So it's now 4.25 hours till we're done. So these are all good things. So we are moving along faster than it told us, so we might get this done relatively quickly. I mean, again, I'm sure it will certainly be hours and hours, but the question is, will it even be 4? I'm hoping it'll be closer to 3, worst case, but I don't know. We still had 3,800 miles. It's not like it's short, and we've got 3,600 to go, so we've only gone a couple hundred miles. Let me zoom in here. Alright, now we're going the far way and then taking the far exit onto the highway. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright. Oh, that would have been really sad if I got some kind of damage for that. Because, yeah, it's telling me I can go 62, so I'm certainly going to try to move along. Because that would be good. Well, now it's 50. But that's because we're going to Los Mochis, which we had discovered right when we got off the ferry. So we've already discovered 2 new cities. Definitely, I saw there's plenty of industry here, so we'll have lots of things we can ship from, potentially. I'm going to move over to the right, because that's ultimately where we're going to turn from. Let's see if we can make this light. That would be awesome, because it would be nice to get out of the towns. Alright, we want to stay in this lane, because we're not taking that exit. Again, sometimes the GPS is not very accurate on the expansion maps, and we're going to be mainly on the expansion maps here for this entire route. There's very little, if any. I think we're going to hit a little bit in the United States where we'll be in official SCS content.
Keep left.
Alright. And now we're going northwest, which is the way we'll be headed for quite some time. According to this, as long as it stays this way, I can go 75. So this should eat up some miles as long as we're not having to slow down often. But The benefit of this route is discoveries, but the other detriment of this route is discoveries, because we're likely going to have to slow down when we hit certain cities, because we'll be going through cities. It's a pretty sharp turn. It is banked, so I'm gonna let it do its thing and hope that the engine is built correctly. I mean, I'm not going that much faster, although I probably should slow down 5 miles an hour. I didn't realize it had dropped to 50. I had missed that, and maybe that was just because of that sharper turn. Maybe it'll speed up again. Although, well, let's see, there's speed signs here. I think so. 110, I think, is faster than we're going. Yep. Alright, so we can go back up to 75. So these are the type of things, and we wouldn't be on this same route, so there's, we can't really compare apples to apples here. But this is the stuff where with an excavator, if you've got to slow down to 50, speed back up to 75, like we're already above 65 here, that's not going to happen with an excavator hanging off your tail. So, again, the cars, they're pretty nimble, they move pretty quickly, so I do enjoy hauling these if I have the choice from a speed standpoint. They're not as intriguing to look at. Some fancy excavator on the back would probably be pretty good, but most of the game is spent looking forward out of the cab, and we can only look at the excavator a couple times, so. But here we go. Are we going to need to slow down because we're heading into a town, or is it going to let us just go through? Because that is something else on the mod maps, that even through towns, sometimes they just let you maintain highway speeds. But this is certainly much busier. There was not really a lot of 4-lane road in the other parts of Mexico we've gone through, so this is certainly very welcome for however long we have it. But I'm feeling better and better about my decision to fill up gas, because this actually worked out well, because we've got a pretty large tank. We don't have a heavy load, so we're probably doing a little bit better on miles per gallon than we normally would. Again, I'm sure we're not doubling or something, but the two combinations, having a huge fuel tank along with a light load, is going to mean I can go further and faster than I could with the alternatives. But yeah, going down more on the eastern side of Mexico, it was all kind of 2-lane roads and so forth, so this is certainly not what I expected. Navajoa, or Navajoa, not quite sure. I see the truck slowing down, so yes, we do need to slow down. Don't think we're going to get the discovery. That's going to be one that's going to require us to go into town. So we're not going to worry about that, because right now this series is not really about discovering. It's about leveling up quickly to get us now to the point where we can become an owner-operator. And I still need at least 5 experience levels before I seriously am going to consider that. So one of the nice things that SCS is doing, when I've recorded this, it doesn't really impact us here in this game because it's not available, but in Euro Truck Simulator, to support the Ukrainians in the situation they're in, they have very quickly put together a Ukrainian paint jobs pack, which costs in the US under $1. It's 99 cents. And all the proceeds go to help with relief organizations for Ukraine. So I've gone ahead and purchased that pack to help out the little bit I can. I can certainly afford $1.06, which is what it cost me with tax. And I've got 4 different paint jobs that I can use in ETS. So I did take a look at them in Euro Truck Simulator. There's definitely different ones, some with just the flags, some with wheat fields. I think it's called Fields of Plenty, where basically you've got kind of blue sky on the upper portion of your cab and then, wheat along the lower edges. So that was kind of cool. I'm not sure what I might use. But once again, right now, my time is very limited in playing either one of those, so I didn't go in and play anything in Euro Truck Simulator. I just kind of looked around the shop to see what the paint jobs look like on the trucks for the day when I do, knowing that now I have those available to me as well. So, pretty nice. I'm glad there's companies doing that. There's a couple other things. I play on my tablet. I play something, I think, I'm probably going to get the name wrong, but I think it's Transit King Tycoon. It's basically a game mainly with trucks that you send to and from places. Obviously a lot simpler than this, but they put up a cover page yesterday that took over their title page that was all text about where they stand. They obviously support the people of Ukraine. They don't have any issues with the folks in Russia who aren't in support of what's happening. But their method of contribution is any money from sales in Russia, they're going to donate. Again, I don't know how much that is, just like I really don't with SCS, although I think on the ETS side there's a lot of players, so hopefully they've all kind of done the same thing I did, which was it's really inexpensive and we need to help these folks any way we can. So that was a nice way to do it, but I can't do anything with Transit King Tycoon because I don't live in Russia, so they're not going to take anything that I would spend there, which honestly won't be anything, because I don't usually pay for any of the app games like that. I don't do any of the purchasables. I just play the game. But in any event, it's really sad to see what's going on. Obviously, we're kind of doing our thing in other parts of the world and continuing to make videos and so forth, but definitely wanted to acknowledge, especially since there's some clearer ties with SCS just being over there in the Czech Republic, which is very close to what's happening. I'm sure those folks are a lot more nervous than those of us here in the US that have an ocean separating us and so forth. And yes, there's threats of insane things that are being made by Putin and so forth, but there's hope that cooler heads will prevail and he won't feel the need to pull out the nuclear option that he's threatened, and obviously that would change the situation for everybody on the planet, not just those nearby. So anyway, but yeah, that's it's been obviously weeks since the whole conflict began, but it's just interesting seeing how folks are doing things. And SCS, I think I think that the announcement for the pack was about a week, almost a week ago. So it's been there for a while, but obviously I haven't been in this game since then. So this is really the first opportunity that I get to speak about it in context. So hopefully, there we go. The light will change soon, is what I was going to say. So I didn't even realize we're in a Peterbilt, which is just interesting. I think that's one of the ones I'm in a lot less frequently. I think I have bought it as like my fleet truck because they are cheaper than some of the other makes, but it's not the truck that I'm usually driving as an owner-operator. My number one preference in ATS is the Freightliner. I just like the look of it, the layout, and so forth. There's a couple others, and it's more, you know, the digital dashes that I'm a bigger fan of than kind of the gauges, but kind of, you know, the Peterbilt's not bad. There's some that are, I think the Kenworth is probably one I like the least, and the Volvo. I'm trying to remember, I think the Mac and one of the Western Stars is a good alternative to the Freightliner if I needed to do something different, so we'll see what I decide to go with. We're still only at 50 here. I was expecting it was going to have us up to 68 again, so I was just laying on the gas, but I guess I need to slow down. So yeah, I don't know that we're making great progress. We're coming up on 3,400 miles to go, so we definitely have a ways. I guess the big question will we be out of Mexico before we have to rest today? We've got almost 10 hours to go. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but I'm definitely going faster than I should. I'm gonna get ticketed if I get caught, so let me slow down a bit. Guess I'll go ahead and put my cruise on, because it appears it's not going to speed us up. Now, as soon as I say that, I'm sure it'll change, but that would be alright, because I want to go faster. But yeah, coming up on lunchtime here in sunny Mexico. I will say we've definitely been blessed this series without having rain be something we've had to deal with. Alright, so I'm going to go up to 65. As that should certainly be doable. At 62 is my speed. I could really go up to 70, but hoping it's going to speed up soon. I think it will right there. Yep, alright, so now we're back up to 75. It's just a matter of will it get there before we have to slow down again. Oh, we've got cacti all over the landscape. Been too focused on my speed. I don't know how long they've been there, but they kind of snuck up on me, and suddenly I'm in the middle of a bunch of cactus. So I think that's the first time we've seen those here. I don't recall running through that in any other episodes. But maybe I was oblivious to them just as I was now, so who knows. I swear CD Obregon was what we had just gone through. Maybe it's a loop back, or maybe I'm not remembering the name properly. Alright, it is slowing us down, but I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just because of the exit, not because we really need to. So, Guayamas. Again, might or might not discover it. It looks like it's kind of off the road, so my guess is it's not going to give us credit.
Go straight on.
Alright. So we'll just keep moving along. Back up to 68. We definitely don't want to exit and lose that momentum and so forth just to discover a city that at least for a while we wouldn't be going to, and once we are willing to go to it, we'll have more options, because obviously as an owner-operator, maybe we'll take some short routes to start, create some shorter episodes for people to view who want to see some ATS but don't want to devote hours of time to see a full run. And again, I've got, the few folks that have commented on this have asked me to keep them longer, so that is why I'm not doing time lapses and jump cuts, because even to do that I have to record all the material. The only difference is obviously I'm not talking as much, because obviously then it's cut out anyway. But it's not really any more difficult for me to put up a 3-hour episode than it is to put up a 15-minute episode. I've got to record the same footage and do the same drive regardless. So there's virtually no reason not to do what the audience is asking for, which is give them more of conversation and chatting and driving along. So that's what we've got. But then if we have some shorter episodes, I could probably do more of them quicker, so there would be less breaks, because I wouldn't be looking at when can I get a 3 or 4 hour run done, which once again, when I start these, I tend to like to know that I can get them done in 3 or 4 days in real time at the worst, because otherwise if there's an update to ATS, I may lose that run entirely. So, and I know they're talking about a 1.44 in ETS. I'm not sure if that's coming in ATS too, because it seemed like it was a hidden road specific thing to ETS too. So I'm thinking ATS is going to sit on 1.43, but I don't know for certain. And because they've been talking about 1.44 for a while, I've definitely been careful in just making sure. Whoops, I better slow down, because again, if there's a police officer here, I'm going far, far too fast now that it asked me to slow down. Hermosillo. Nice mountains. Definitely enjoying this. Oh, what do we got? Corn? Some kind of crop here by the road. Sunflowers, maybe? Going too quick, and I don't want to stop to figure it out. That's corn for sure. Juan Perez Gonzalez, Presidente. Is he the current president of Mexico? I don't know anything about Mexico, so now that we're not arguing about them paying for a wall like we were with the previous president, Mexican president has not been on the news here in the US, so thankfully I haven't had to know his name, because we're not having crazy conversations. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going too fast, and that is a police officer, so definitely would rather avoid a ticket. And at this point, now we get to go up to 75, and they should be speeding up pretty quickly, so they should get way, way ahead of me before I'm anywhere near that. But we'll keep plowing along. So, while the scenery is more interesting, definitely better than the real boring stuff up in the Canada part of the map that we've got, it is still repetitive. Now, we've just got lots of cactus. Differences here, we have fences, we have the little reflector posts, I think are what they are, at the side of the road, things like that. So, it just looks more lived in here in Mexico than it does there, where it's just literally basic landscape and road and some trees. So we'll see when we head up to Nova Scotia, but we're doing the majority of this trip in Mexico and in the US, because yeah, it's starting to look like we may, I don't know that we'll do 1,000 miles, but we may do a full 1,000 miles or more in Mexico. Because yeah, now we're at 3,250, so we need to get to basically like 2,900, 2,800 to really cross that 1,000-mile threshold here. And when I had peeked at the map a little bit ago, as we were in Hermosillo, I didn't see any border yet. Now, once again, that's probably just 100, 150 miles at best that I'm seeing on the map, since I'm not zoomed way, way out. And it may not even be that much, but either way, we're still going, and we'll cross the border when we cross the border. I'm just not sure if this far over, if we'll be doing it in New Mexico or somewhere else. It does look like we're catching up to the police officer, so I just need to be careful, because we are going 7 over. Let's see, and now it's slowing down, so I definitely need to be careful. Yep, down to 37. So, not quite sure. We have a way station on the other side. It looks like it's really going to slow us down here. So, just construction. Oh, that was really nice of him to cut over here like that, but whatever. Oh, actually, we can go a little quicker, although now we've got a speed bump. So I want to be careful again that I don't cause myself any damage. Is he going to let me over or not? I think he is. Alright, well, it didn't give me any indication. I'm hoping I'm not going to get fined for not weighing. But it didn't tell me yay or nay. It didn't give me any indication at all. So I'm going to be hopeful that it's just going to say, I didn't ask you to come in, so you're okay. Okay, I think Nogales is on the border. So it is on the sign. I assume the ones at the bottom are furthest away. So it looks like we've got to go through pass near two other cities at least before we get to Nogales. And then, as I said, then I think we'll be on the border, assuming that we're going to cross in that area. We may not. Again, with my thorough lack of Mexican geography or details, I am beholden to my female GPS leader. And I'm getting to the point where probably in about 15-20 minutes I'm going to be taking a physical break, stepping away until my next session, whenever that may be. We should discover this. It's a small town. We're heading right in the middle. There we go. Santa Ana.
Get ready. Turn right.
I don't know if Santa Ana winds are named after this. Alright, so we may not even be going near Nogales, because we're not. I guess 15 is what we are on, and it is where we are headed. No, it is. Nogales is that way. I don't think he's far enough. Oh no, it looked like there was a separate turn that went off. So I'm looking at my sim dashboard. Those definitely are Teslas on my rear end, because we left from Tesla Motors. And then we're going to a rail yard in, it says Halifax, but which is a town in Nova Scotia. So, oops, can get off the brake now. He like took off. I kept pressing the brake. I don't know what I was doing, but anyway. So now we have Cananea, and then that's on 2. I don't know if we're gonna go that way or not. Well, again, they have these speed bumps. Obviously, they don't want people going crazy in town. I'm assuming if I'm below the speed limit, I'm not going to damage things, but who knows how things are set up. It's an interesting sign. Does that mean we have like a cliff right next to us at some point? I guess, in theory, that's what that is. I suppose rocks could come down on the roadway, but it wasn't quite as precarious as what it was showing, I don't think. Alright, 80 should be a little quicker. No, I guess not. I guess that's 50. So I'll be careful again to not go crazy. So we've got like the power lines going up the hill there. That's pretty impressive if they kind of modeled this themselves. I don't know that that's something I've seen that they've just cut and pasted from other places in ATS, but I just may not be remembering things. And either way, it's impressive. I think it looks pretty nice. Asian food. I wonder how many of those are around. Alright. Don't know what that sign said, actually, as far as a meaning, but whatever it was, it said it. Here's another one of those signs. I guess we'll see. We are coming up on, again, another rock face, so I guess that's the warning to me of stuff like that. So we've got 5.5 hours till we have to rest. So I think we're still okay continuing a little further. It is, after all, only 3 p.m. So I would like to probably push it as far as I can. I just don't know that I'm going to get there in my actual time window. Curva peligrosa. I know that's dangerous curve. Hence they're going to have us go 37 miles an hour. And it looks like maybe it's not this curve, it's these other curves that are coming that we can see on the map. Wait a minute, are we just like going in a certain... No, we're not. I see. It's going to come back and then continue on. Like, are we just going in a circle and it's going to have us come back the other way? But now I see what's happening. We're just re-merging with the other direction at that point. It just wasn't quite as easy to see on the map. But yeah, pretty mountainous here in this part of Mexico. Again, assuming this is somewhat realistic modeling. I'm guessing then this terrain is not unexpected for that area. Right, and as we go over sweeping curve to the right here, we're then going to re-meet our other lanes, I guess our south lanes, ultimately, because we're trying to head north. We just got to the northwest on the compass point. Obviously, as we swing more to the right, we're going to get to north pretty quickly, and maybe even go by and go northeast. I don't know. Alright, so I'm thinking we're entering Nogales, or we're coming up on something here. This looks like a busy intersection. We are at H, Nogales, and then Nogales, so let's see. So I think we stay on and go around. Looks like we have a way station. Perhaps if we stop at the way station, I may call that good enough and leave it at that. But we'll see what happens, because I should be able to get through town. I've got 10 minutes. Alright. I was again getting a little confused, but yeah, this is, it wants us to go by Kivit or Kevit, Alright, so H. Nogales we have discovered. And then there's a Nogales on the other side, so they must be two. Wondering if that's across the border, and technically, because I think there's a Nogales, Texas, which is probably what I'm remembering, so this may be the border crossing. Yeah, I guess I can go this way.
Keep right, and then exit right.
I'm hoping I can, that I haven't gone away that's going to get me in trouble. I'm thinking I really needed to be over there. Yeah, illegal trailer usage offense, so I got fined. But it's not going to stop me, but I've gotten in trouble. So, bad me, and I'm probably going to get flagged for not stopping for an inspection either. But we'll see. I mean, at this point.
Keep left, and then keep right.
Alright, let me see what I need to do here. It is clear as mud. Alright, I think Carga General is us. So, I'm going to... I know we're not autos, which is what I messed up before.
Right, and then continue straight on. Never mind. I'll find a new route. Recomputing.
Alright, so they're paying the 25 bucks. Then we'll be able to continue.
Finding, okay?
I don't know what bumps we're hitting, because it doesn't look like we're hitting anything, but... it's definitely not a pleasant trip, but yes, given the giant Mexican flag, I think this is the U.S. border here. But once again, if we're going into Texas, that's part of the mod, you know, the coast-to-coast mod, so still not going to hit SCS.
And then exit right.
Alright, let me move on over so that I don't make the same mistake.
Exit right.
Let's see, closed, closed, closed. Is this really where I want to be? This is so confusing.
Keep left.
Because I'm not a wide load, but... see, I'm almost feeling like I'm going to get yelled at again. No, I guess I can still get inspected here, so that's okay. Alright. So there you go. Welcome to the United States. Checking our documents. And then we have discovered Nogales, so we've got both. And we will hopefully get back on the map soon. Because yes, I'm kind of floating in the space where I shouldn't be. Alright, well, thank goodness I can bypass the way station, although I think I will be able to get there if I need to. Just gonna stay over to the right in case someone's coming. And I'm assuming I can just go through here, since it's not having me stop.
Go straight on. Finding a new route.
Now that says exit. So yeah, instead of going that other way, which is not really the way we should, even though the GPS is confused.
I'll find a new route.
So this should get us there. And then we'll head on through here. Stay green, stay green, stay green. Press that a bit, but no other fine. And now we are continuing. So we're down to 4 hours till we need to rest. So probably pretty close here. So let's see. So yeah, we are in Texas. Actually, we're in Arizona. Okay, Nogales is... Never mind. So we are on the main portion of the map. We should be able to get up to... Tucson, but I just don't know that I want to. Alright. So, we can go 50 here, according to this. So it's possible this section is still, like, part of a mod. But I'm not sure. So, all the cars ahead of me vanished since joining back in newly. So, a little bit of a continuity problem, but also part of why I don't kind of try to pretend that everything is that there aren't breaks. So, obviously in a 3 or 4 hour run, it's almost a necessity. Amazon Fresh Truck, very exciting. Of course, we are in the US at this point. I keep forgetting that obviously we just crossed over. Oh, now we're stuck at the light again. Didn't get very far. But at this point, just check the map real quick. Alright, so I'm going to be getting on to Route 19 North and heading up toward, as we saw, Tucson, and then continuing on from there. So, yeah, the light cycles again for the realistic lights. If you catch it like we did, that it just turned red, you're waiting for quite a while before you're able to proceed again. Looks like we've got quite a bit of a line. I'll turn on my turn signal. That might stop some folks. I'm sure 3 or 4 cars for sure will go by, but maybe others will let us in. Alright, I think he's going to let us go. There we go. Of course, now we're going to be waiting for this cycle here to get on the interstate at this point as well. So it's just one light to the other, but this is partially what I was expecting, which was why I kind of took the break when I did, because I knew it would probably be another 10 minutes just to get out of town. And I did not have that time then. So we'll see how much further I can get here. Oh, a double trailer with some hay there. But yeah, I don't know that I've been paying attention to the license plates on the additional map. We have a green arrow. What is happening? Oh, that'll be really sad if I don't make it at this point because of that. Alright, thank goodness. Yeah, that was really strange. I mean, obviously one car went, but then the others immediately turned and obviously slowed everybody down. So, and luckily it didn't turn into some sort of accident, or we never would have made it, because by the time they started moving, the light would have turned. Alright, so the speed limit here is... I know it's not still 40, we're on the interstate. What is happening?
Go straight on.
Really? Just 55? I suppose in Arizona that may be the case, although I swore it was faster. But maybe not for trucks. Cool. That's always fun. It's interesting, it's still saying 40. There we go. Now it changed to 55. I thought Arizona would be a little quicker, but maybe that's not the case. So we'll see what happens. And what is happening? Great.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Alright, so at this point, I am having to call a heck of an audible.
Go straight on.
So, I've gone ahead and, I think you saw what happened, where the game crashed. What I'd removed was the game crashed 5 or 6 more times as I retried things. And again, I'm not an expert at mods within the system, but basically I did go looking for an error log and a crash log, and the last thing I saw, the last line that showed up in the game log, was something about duplicate location or something. So the best I can tell is that merge with that entrance when I'm getting there in Nogales has some sort of a problem connecting to the Arizona map, is my guess. So what I'm going to try to do, because I think at this point I've gotten further, and of course if it crashes again, all bets are off. But I mean, in essence, I'm trying to salvage the possibility of continuing this series, because at this point, I'm sure I could just, I guess, drop the load and we could do something else. That's always a possibility, but that would kind of stink. And my hope is here that I still have enough time to take what is an exceptionally long detour. So let me take a look, because basically it's this interchange is where I'm going, and as soon as I try to go past it, that hiccup happens where it kind of stutters and then it just crashes. I thought, well, let me try the ramps. I tried that. None of that's working. Obviously, I've gone all the way from here to here. That's certainly about the same distance as I've gone. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to head over, just making sure, okay, I can't get there. I have to go here, I think. So I'm going to basically take this road and go all the way around here and then go up there. I'm assuming that's where it's going to draw me. And I'm going to hope that I can make it. If not, I guess it looks like I can always come over here, because we've driven that and that's worked. So I think there's just a map problem there, which is interesting because, like I said, I think Nogales was already on the map, but maybe it was not. And maybe that's why I wasn't remembering it, if it's in the base Arizona map or not. But yeah, so I'm basically going up here and then I'll just continue. But I'm just trying to figure out how I get there. So basically, yeah, at the intersection here, and at this point I may, because I'm only 3.5 hours from needing to rest, that may be the point. I just decide that I need to rest. So we'll see. Okay, so truck is over there, so let me move over.
And then turn left.
Because, yeah, the trick is, like, how do I get across the border here?
Finding a new
And it's obviously going to keep, like, trying to turn me around, which I don't want it to do and don't need it to do, because that will take me to the same point where I can't get to where I need. So, hoping that giant bump won't, again, cause any problem. It doesn't look like it is. But yeah, at this point I don't know quite how far I have. I mean, it's telling me 3147, but that's because I assume it's turning me around and so forth. So, once I'm kind of rerouted, we'll see where we're at. But, you know, it's telling me right now 56 hours of driving time, 168 hours of total time. So I should be okay. This, I think, is the border that we're headed through, so. And I just have to be careful because I don't know. Yeah, see, because it's just trying to get me to turn around, and I don't want to do that. Alright, so yeah, I just need to go there. Oh boy, I'm trying to figure out how I... Alright, so let's say I want to go here. Let me do that, because that at least will give me the correct direction. And then
Okay, here we go.
we'll go from there, because I just wanted to make sure. Do I really keep left? And I do. So, but this is clearly letting me drive, so it's not an overall strange problem with the game. I also did try to change the sequence of some of the mods. I moved the maps up further, hoping that if it redid the navigation points that it might fix the problem. So I did try several things that I didn't record. And clearly none of them worked, because I'm now doing what I'm doing. So I'm going to stay out of the automobile lane this time, which is what I did wrong last time.
Go straight on.
Okay, I should be able to just drive through here.
Recomputing.
I don't understand. It's like go straight on, but then recomputing. Alright. So yes, my employer's going to pay some extra tolls because I'm trying to get the cargo there. So again, I'm going to stay on... Whoa! I'm going to stay over here, because this, I think, is what I did wrong, and then this is where I got the illegal use of trailer, because I went down the automobile lane, which it would have, again, let me do, I'm sure, but we would have a problem. Alright. So we're going in the only lane that's open, which is the self-declare lane, as it says. And it is now checking our documents, and I guess we'll see if it makes us stop at the way station. Can bypass it. So I don't know if that means I can go here Of course, he'll probably pull forward. Yep, he is. But I'm hoping he lets me go, and we've got a ton of vehicles here, so good amount of traffic. Goodness gracious, what is going on? Alright. So, we'll get a few more discovery points on the road, I guess. I guess that's a good sign. I'll set this to 40. Because, yeah, this was the whole Go 37 section that I think went on for a while. So sadly, I have to kind of drive through all this again. But I suppose if I can continue my travels, that'll be good enough. Alright, so we're gonna head up here. And then shortly, I think, we'll be going to Route 2 to cut over, and then we'll see. And hopefully at that point it will reroute us up a route. And we'll go from there. And then the only thing is I'm going to have to then be careful that if it ever tries to take me through that Nogales point again, that I probably have to always avoid that. So we'll see how that all works. Alright, I'm going to speed up a little bit and go to 45, which I should be able to do. But at this point, I would just be happy if I can get myself past the point and be kind of on the US map. And then I'll say I have a victory. And that will probably be late enough because I've wasted many, many minutes trying to troubleshoot this, and as I said, I would really like to make it work, but this is the challenge of trying to do something without base maps, or beyond the base maps, because obviously things happen. Alright, so we've got my bigger question, because this, like, there's no gas, so I think I have to go here. Yeah, I have to take a look and see what my options are. But I'm definitely going to go get gas. And then I suppose I can try to stop at another rest area, but I need gas at a minimum. Because I've got 2.5 hours, so you would think I could go somewhere further than this. I'd rather not be sleeping at this point if I can avoid it. Just trying to see. Oh, I just have to go here. Because I'm like, how do I get gas? But it's definitely a bit of a tricky station here. Hopefully it'll all work. Alright, so let's fill ourselves up. Because that'll give us 1,000 miles, or whatever it was, 1,051. And then, you know, we can go from there. But we should be able to drive around the back here, is my hope. It looks like we can. I'm going to take a chance and continue on. But the trick is, how do I get over where I need to? In theory, I should be able to turn right there and get on. So I'm going to do that. Because otherwise, yeah, I've got this center. Oh, you know what? I can't. It's a center lane. I can't turn left. Oh, boy. So somewhere here I need to turn around. This is just going from bad to worse, is about all I can say about this. Hopefully once I get around this, I can do things. And of course, yes, now my plans are going to be totally shot because I'm just burning more time. Because if this is still a center section, like, I am just going to have to take a chance. Oh, that is too big of a ravine. I gotta get closer here. But yeah, it looks like here at least there's no center curb again, so it's just the trick of doing this with all this traffic coming. This is where we're gonna have potential issues. Don't run into me, please, with my fragile cargo. Because that was the other thing, is there's some weird truck problem here. It better not keep me from going to the right. So I'm hoping it's, yeah, it looks like it's earlier here. The logging truck tipped over. But yeah, now we're down to 1:38. I'm gonna end up having a problem.
Turn right.
Because yeah, if I don't take this, like, I don't know.
Keep left, and then turn right.
Alright. So now I continue on this way. I'm gonna just meander through the mountains.
New route.
Yes, I would like you to do that. Very much so.
Make a U-turn when possible.
But now what I need to do... Oh, I see. It's because it's still trying to take me up there. So at some point as I drive, so I'm going to have to stop there. But at some point as I drive, I should be able to eventually have it going through here. So I can't read those Spanish signs. Hopefully it's not like, don't come here with a truck, because obviously I am coming here with a truck. Oh boy, this is going to be a long route. Talk about if I had an excavator or something, how miserable that would be, but luckily it's not. So, because yeah, the problem is the time is just ticking down. I have 1 hour and 13 minutes here. I mean, obviously once I hit the top of the mountain, I'll be able to go back down, but I don't know how long that's going to take. She's going to keep telling us about rerouting, and this is going to get very challenging. Wow. How long are we going to climb? Because this is not what I was expecting, but I'm sure that's partially why it doesn't take you this way, aside from the fact that I'm sure it's still significantly more miles. Alright. Good news is now we're flattening out, so in theory it was 50, but I don't know that I can really go 50 here. But, well, we're still climbing, so I thought we were flattening out, but actually probably here we are, which is why it's merging. Alright, we're at 49 minutes. We're obviously going to have a little bit of grace at some point, so hopefully we'll be okay, because I think going back this way is where the rest stop is. So definitely nice, a nice road, an unexpected, semi-pleasant detour here. So we've now added at least 50 miles, because it's now 3190 where we were at 3147. But, oh, that's what I'm also worried about, just all these tight turns. hitting somebody.
Please, make a U-turn when I'll find a new route.
So I think we gotta be close to the rest stop. I would love to see it on the map. That would be great.
A new route.
This is an impressive road.
Make a U-turn. Let's find a new
But
route.
yeah, it's these... Luckily the trailer's not so long
Make a U-turn.
that,
Reroute.
yeah, I think I can stay on this side of the yellow line.
Please, make a U-turn when possible.
I apologize all the grumbling in the ear, and hopefully that will stop before we go
When
crazy.
Finding a new route.
I'm down to 19 minutes. I better be careful before I drive off the cliff. I was looking at my sim dashboard.
Make a U-turn.
Suddenly realized I was floating a little too far to the right.
Make a U-turn.
Alright, I was thinking the rest stop was closer than it clearly was.
Okay, let's find a new route.
So I saw descendente, so maybe that means it's starting to go down. Yeah, that looks like the car's going down, so I guess that's a good sign. But I'm guessing we have to get to the bottom before we can rest. Alright, now we're at 5 minutes, so we might get an hour of grace, but we're not going to get much more than that, so let's see. I mean, we're not that far. Well, the good news is now it has rerouted. Okay, so this is what I was hoping for. I don't want that. So there we go. We get rid of that. And yes, that's our route. So at this point, that should
Time to hit the road.
get me where I need. 32.97 is what we have left. This is like a church or something up here. That's a little... Is this like where folks had crashed? That's sort of ominous. Alright. Yeah, this is an interesting road. There's no other way to explain it. And I'm assuming this probably exists, or they wouldn't have put this all together, because I can't imagine modeling this and mapping this was easy. So someone had to really love this part to go through this effort. But the question becomes, are we going to make it before we get a penalty? And I don't know that we will. Because, yeah, we got to get past that question mark point, whatever that is. I'm assuming they don't have, like, cutscenes like they added. I'm assuming that's just like a... I don't know. I guess we'll see what it is, because we're going to pass it. I think I'm like a recruitment agency or a truck dealer. Doesn't make sense out here in the middle of the mountains either, so... And that's normally the only other things it would be. Alright, well there is the rest stop. It's just, we've got to go, around 20 turns to get there. But at least we're hitting the map. So if nothing else, maybe we'll only have, well, we're close. It is a new viewpoint. I'm going to go ahead, even though this is crazy. Did it not let me? Oh boy. I really want to see this. I mean, at this point, I'm never going to get back here again, so there we go. Alright, we're going to stop the engine. I want to see what they're going to... So this is Sierra El Pinito. It's dark. That's the only sad thing. There we are down there. There's the rest area, I think. But it's pretty cool that they can add these viewpoints. So yeah, I think that's where we're headed, to the rest area. I'm sure it looks much prettier in the daytime. And there we are. Alright. So we're going to start up. And we're going to pray that we can get back on the road without having the truck fall off the cliff or hit the guardrail. This guy is coming like crazy. Alright. Alright, I was not expecting that, but I was not going to pass up that opportunity. So if I need to spend $200 because I'm tired now, I guess that's what'll happen. But we're going to rest, and then I think there might be one other viewpoint, and then that'll be daytime, so that'll be more fun to look at. And that'll be good. But yeah, those lights right there is what we're targeting, so that's all we need to get to before we get a penalty. So be nice to me. Let's see. Alright. So there we go. Cool. No penalty. What are the chances of that? And at least I didn't hit enter again and sleep again, which is what I did that one time. Alright. So now I'm less worried, because I got plenty of fuel. I've got 90 extra hours before I need to get there. The big question is going to be, can I get into the US and get on the map without the game crashing again? If nothing else, we've had some pretty cool scenery. If it doesn't let us do that. Alright, so I'm set to 55. Even though, again, there's no speed limit here, so there's another rest stop. Just gotta be careful here because I don't know, it's probably too fast. I can't see, curves are kind of blind. I'm gonna end up hitting somebody. But this is a heck of a road, I'll tell you that. But it's a nice find. Definitely very pleasantly surprised, and you know, whoever did this section of the map, kudos, man. This is nice. So I don't know who how we'd even know, because again, the Mexico map, if you recall, was a bunch of individual maps that ended up in like one download. I think it was like Restora or something, and it's just a whole group of where I think individual modders did their individual states, and someone pulled them together in essence in a map pack to give you all of Mexico and not have you have to download individual pieces. But, you know, we're getting there, and then, you know, at some point we'll head up, we'll go through, and I think it's Sierra Vista on the US side. Just again, is that something that was added and is still part of this map? I don't know how far up I need to get to know that I've, in essence, gotten past the point of a problem. Because clearly there were sections that, you know, we obviously have crossed the Mexico border before and not had a problem, so it can be done. But, yeah, I wish I knew how to, like, report the issue to folks to let them know, hey, this is what was happening, and someone could take a look at it. But who knows, it maybe have been that way for years. I don't know how long, you know, these modded maps have been in existence. I'd have to look at those dates, but And somehow, well, I guess I shouldn't say somehow nobody's driven that. They may have. They just may be in the same position I am. They don't know how to report it, get it changed and fixed. And who knows if the folks are still even looking at this, or they're like, hey, I created the map, I'm done. That bus is trying to pass us, which I guess he can do if he really wants to, but I'm not slowing down. So yeah, there you go. It's Reforma, Team Reforma. That's who it is, not Restora, Reforma. So yeah, other than that one issue, it's been a pretty sweet mod. So there's a rest stop there, just past it, on the left side. But we could access that. I mean, they even have, I guess that's not a runaway truck ramp. I thought it was. I was like, that's pretty incredible. They have a repair place in case you've like fallen off the cliff on the way over. Or more likely just run into a bunch of things. And another rest stop, but there's the repair area. Definitely probably appropriate. And see, there's, I think, another viewpoint. So we'll stop and we'll see what we see. We'll at least get some enjoyment out of having to do this roundabout way. Just not sure which side it's on. I think it's over on the left. I'm assuming it's Minera Maria, because that's what it says. Oh wow, is this like some giant... I don't know what this is. I guess we're going to find out. So here we go. Oh, is this some mine? Maybe that's what Minera is. It's some giant strip mine? It is. Wow. This is pretty awesome. Again, hats off to the modders. This is pretty crazy, but I'm sure this is a real place and it's really there. So, not bad. I mean, you know, they didn't do a lot with the cutscene, but enough that you could tell it's pretty crazy cool. Alright, let me in here. Stop flying around the curves. Oh boy, now I need to get off that side. Alright. So yeah, it's like down there. You can see it. That is something else, that's for sure. I think from the other side, we were like on the other side of the mountains, so we couldn't see it. I guess I should move over to the right, huh? Since I can't climb. We may still have a ways to get through the mountains here. We've already taken another 2.5, 3 hours since we rested already. And not gotten incredibly far, but it is telling me I'm below 3 hours to finish. At this point, I may, you know, I've obviously extended my time taking this extremely lengthy, slow detour. You know, we're finally going 50. And again, we may only be able to go 50 for a short period of time. And we're slowing down because we're going uphill again, so... who knows? But let's see. Oh, we're getting there. But we've got a ways.
Drive safe.
That Canania's like in the middle of nowhere. So I don't know if that's just an area that it's gonna give us when we get a little closer, or I don't know how you get that unlocked, but I'm trying to drive safe, believe me. And amazingly, I think I've done pretty well for what we had to do, but there we go. We're coming up on that location. Looks like we're hitting the crest here. Yep, the little international symbol for going down. There we go. They're starting to flesh out over there. Yeah, we're going way faster because it's 60 kilometers an hour is the max. So again, I'm not going to go flying off the mountain here just to make up a few minutes of time. And I think we keep going straight, but we take a quick look. Oh yeah. So we keep going here. So yeah, I think unless we got off, we're not gonna get credit for this, and we're certainly not going to be doing that. Oh, we got credit. All right. I'm very thrilled. Didn't think that would happen. Whoa. Is that a train or is that the cars there? That is a sound I'm assuming that's a train. Oh, there's the railroad tracks. And there you go. There's the train. Pretty fancy. So if you've never been through this part of the map, I hope you're enjoying the view. Because I don't know, well, I may have to come this way again, but I'll probably be picking routes then knowing, hey, do I want to take this because I know I'm going to need to take this detour. Not quite sure how this is going to work, so I'll stay on the right side because this almost looks like we're getting on some kind of a highway again.
Keep left and then exit left.
Is that true? No, it's not. Well, it kind of is, but yes, I stay on this piece and then
Exit left.
turn here. All right. Is he gonna wait, or are they gonna go and run into me? So hard to tell. These vehicles scare me. Alright. So that really non-fun intersection is behind us. We're down to 3130, so we're about where we were when we started as far as distance. But obviously we've spent probably another 30 minutes or more getting here. So now at this point, oh, we're still not going up. Well, we've got a ways. Because really, until I'm on Route 10 and moving, I can't say that I've gotten onto the main map. Route 10 was there. I think that's okay then. So my target is to get that far before I stop. Because otherwise I'm just going to be a nervous wreck and I won't sleep very well. And I likely am not going to be able to touch this for a few days, so it would just get worse because I'm hoping, fingers crossed, because tomorrow would be my last day to harvest on my FSN farm. Otherwise I lose my crop for the year. So if I can't harvest tomorrow, we're going to have a problem. Then it would allow me to finish this, but that is not what I want to do. I want to harvest. Alright, so going to 55. Definitely an interesting road interchange, whatever you want to call it. Just lots of stuff going on there. So yeah, 805, so I think we did like 150 miles to get through those mountains. Douglas. That does not sound Mexican, so I'm a little confused. Alright. What is this Macy's truck doing? Really? Wow. That was fun. There's a lot of construction going on here. Or is that train going to be under us or next to us? Or I guess under us. So that is good, because I really don't want to stop for another train. It is still 50, so I'm like, why am I catching these cars? That bus is on a pole. I don't understand. Alright. I don't know what kind of water it is. Agua Prieta. I'd have to look that one up. Alright, do I keep going straight here? Because at some point I turn. Why is it not having me turn here is the question. I'm gonna take a shot and do it.
Go straight on.
Because I'm at the light and that light's gonna turn first, so. Because I'm coming back to this. So I would think this is what I want to do. So I'm gonna take a chance. Again, it could be because there's less lights or whatever, but once again, like, I can go now, and otherwise I'd still be waiting, and this also appears shorter, like, there's so many reasons this seems to be the right thing. 3108.
Keep right and then turn right.
I'm not turning anywhere, I'm going straight on.
Turn right.
But yeah, there's a lot of lights here, so I'm sure that might have been part of what was happening.
Turn right.
I didn't really want to stop the whole way, because now I'm probably not going to make this light.
Never mind.
That looks like the border. I'm assuming when there's a light, I don't need to stop. But yes, so here's the border.
Keep left.
And
Exit left.
so I'm assuming this is one way, otherwise we're going to have a problem. I guess I should not hit the fence.
Exit left.
So we'll see how this goes.
Reroute.
Oh, I see. Is this gonna... Yep. Well, now I'm here, so... Because I guess I was supposed to be somewhere else again, but that's alright.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
I'm not quite sure how I would have gotten over there, but... Yeah, it's almost like I needed to be... So maybe that's why it took me around, because there were, like, chains. Is this not going to let us go? Alright. I was beginning to wonder if these cars were just, like, static at this point, but... I think they're okay. And then, in theory, we wait here until they're inspected, and then we go. I crossed the Canadian border once, and it was kind of like this. So other than constantly getting fined because I don't know how to cross the border properly,
Recomputing.
hopefully this is all gonna work out.
Finding a new route.
Alright. So now we need the documents. And it says we're in Arizona, but obviously like this I'm sure is all part of the mod. Because there's no reason SCS would be putting in border crossings and whatever. Did the arm go up yet? No. Clearly it did not. What is happening? Alright, what do I do? Like, I'm here. Is it not going to let me go because I went in the wrong place? I don't understand this. Yeah, I want to go, but it won't let me. Yeah, like... Oh boy. Well, this is not good. How do I make this work? Alright, we'll try to engage it again. Enter. Oh, this is really disappointing. This is how I'm going to end. I'm going to be stuck here. Oh boy. Appears to be the case, because maybe they were like, well, nobody's going to go this way. Oh boy. I'm trying to find a way to turn around at this point, is what I'm trying to do. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to. So, because there are posts behind us that I think we're hitting. No, I'm not hitting it yet, but oh boy. Alright. I'm going to try it over here, but my guess is that's not going to work. Yeah, this is not going to let me do what I need to do here. Oh boy. Alright. So, let me now do this. And I'm going to basically have to find another way to go through here. Because, yeah, basically I need to go where that yellow thing is at. So, this is going to be fun, because I don't know that I can go down this route here. Well, I might be able to, so let me try this. This is going to be really tight. But anyway, what I did is I went back to a previous save game. So I think this is the route if I came from the border the other way. And then No, 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 I can't. Or can I? No, I can go that way. So let me do that.
Recomputing. Rerouting.
So as long as it doesn't give me some invisible wall here, since I'm technically off the map again, I'll be okay.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
Ah! Great. Alright. This is just not my day. Because yes, if I go up that way, yeah, I can't get by the wall there, so I need to go this way.
Get ready to turn left.
And then, yeah, go this way, which is what it was trying to get me to do. Yeah, I think you're the guy that hit me in your ridiculous Hummer. Gonna hit me again. Alright. So now we'll have to go all the way down. And again, yeah, because there it's giving me a yellow. Oh my god. Where are these people coming from? Look at that. You can have a truck headquarters here. Alright.
Get ready to turn left.
I'm trying.
Turn left.
Alright. So what I was hoping is that I had the light. And I do.
Go straight on.
USA, that's where we're trying.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Oh, good. Now, do I have a light? Oh, no, I don't have a light. Okay. And now I need to stop at a service stop, too, as soon as I can. Terrific. What? My God. This is just... I am not enjoying this trip right now. Where are you going to go?
Keep right.
So yes,
And then
now I've got an engine malfunction. I need to repair my
exit right.
truck and whatever. So I need to find that. This just better work when I get across the border, because if I did all this, I'm not going to be a happy guy. Alright. So this is the part where we were like on the other side, and where we came in here we couldn't get in this row. So this is the row we need to be in to get inspected, which I hope then means that the gates will work. Because if the problem is now that these border crossings don't work, that's not going to make me very happy. Say I can't really tell. Alright, it's the only lane open. So if this doesn't work, sadness will ensue. And probably some cursing too, but Alright, welcome to the United States. So I can understand they don't have the trigger point in the other place, because I'm not supposed to go that way. So shame on me. Alright, it looks like I need to weigh myself here. Which I assume is over to the left there. And then I'm going to have to like try to get back in line.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Well, you wanted me to weigh myself. Yeah, I know. Now the question is, are they going to let me in or are they going to hit me? Oh my god. Good, the police car ran into someone. Everybody's running into each other here. This is even better. Alright, well the good news, I don't need that. Alright, there's a repair place up there that I'm going by. So as long as it lets me go, once they like clean each other up. Oh my god. This is like a comedy of errors here. What is happening? Alright, you made me go weigh myself and now it's not going to let me in? Okay, I really don't want to hit anybody, but I'm kind of running out of options here. This is insane that I need to be doing this to get this to work. But it's literally what has to happen because this thing is so messed up.
Keep left and then turn left.
Oh my god. Oh.
Turn left.
This better all be worth it. It's late. I'm frustrated. I don't know what else to say. You can make me weigh myself again? Of course. Oh, God. Alright. I guess it's up there, not here.
Go straight on.
Now, where is this scale? What trailer? Now I'm getting trailer damage? Oh my goodness,
Finding a new route.
So this isn't the place, so I need to go back now.
When possible, make a U-turn.
Oh, this is so complicated.
Turn right.
So I guess I do need to go where that gate is. And I'm going to be bad, and I'm going to go against traffic. Because otherwise there's no way to get there.
Recompute. Go straight on.
Alright, where is... Okay, there it is. Yeah, I know. You keep asking me to get stopped, and then you keep charging me because I'm damaged. Because you won't let me go get repaired because you keep asking me to be weighed. Can you tell I'm frustrated? Alright. It's going to be the longest episode ever, just because I'm like going in a circle. So there you go, Team Reforma. They're going to do some additional route, I guess. Alright, there's our repair shop. Problem is we're not going to be able to fix our trailer damage. We're still over 3,000 miles away. We've literally spent almost 6 hours doing this detour now. Well, more than that, because it's almost 6 hours since we rested.
Exit right.
Alright, so we need to go right here. Somewhere. Okay, there it is. Because yes, I don't need gas, but I do need to repair. I was going to say, I'm going to have to go over the curb. Alright. Service. A lot of damage. Repairs are covered by my employer, which is all well and good. Hopefully we're done running into people for a while. Alright, gallon gas. Alright. So, please don't, like, not connect up now. I think I'll be in tears if that happens. Alright, 35, so I need to slow down. Going downhill, so I can't slow down. Got another viewpoint. So, all kinds of fun stuff, but I don't know. I'm not stopping at the viewpoint because I think, I don't know. I think it's another mine, honestly. It is. So, there it is. I'm not going to look at this because I'm going to have to merge and I'm just going to get in another accident. I'm just not going to chance it. But yeah, you can even see over on the side here, I think. That mine continues along the edge. Alright. So like I said, until I get up to Route 10, I don't know that I'm really merged again. I think this is all Team Reforma. It's all nice stuff and all. Tunnels and everything. Pretty cool. Mule Pass Tunnel, 1958. sure it made things a lot simpler coming through here. There probably wasn't any kind of road that could be taken before that, so.
Left, and then turn left.
Yep. Oh, I thought he was going to go straight. So there you go. Arizona 80 to Route 10, I'm sure. But they don't have that built yet, so. But maybe one of these days, or maybe there's an update that I haven't seen. I don't know. Alright. So like I said, I don't know that Sierra Vista is part of the Arizona map. I don't think it is. I think this is still the Mexican map. Well, it absolutely is, because we've got their sign here. Or, well, maybe not. Maybe this is the border.
Right, and then turn.
So maybe like right here. So hopefully it won't flake out on me. And then it's claiming... Alright, well, I'll go where it tells me this time, because
Turn right.
I don't need any more challenges. I'm challenged out. We've been going for like an hour now, and that's just to hopefully get ourselves across the border, because we still don't really know until we're off traveling down Route 10. So we're going to have to go up here, because like San Simon I know is one, but then we're proceeding into, again, the coast-to-coast map at that point. Or no, we're not. That's New Mexico. Never mind. So we've still got... Then we've got some SCS map that we can traverse, but I know those towns do exist. In the SCS maps is what I mean, so I think as long as I don't get like 10% damage, although it might not be that high, I don't think I'm going to get any kind of penalty on the trailer side. I hope not, because it would be nice that this really became not a boondoggle to get all of this. I mean,
And then turn.
I guess I'm still discovering the new spaces, which was part of what the goal was.
Turn right.
Okay. So we're turning right, as it said. And then we're going up to Route 10. Hoorah. I think I was like, why isn't my cruise on? But I think that was because at the border crossing I went to that save game and I hadn't had the cruise on, obviously, driving around through everything. So I believe that's what the cause was. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I don't want to leave the video without a clear ending, but we've got some sort of a problem that basically, like, if I go forward a few feet here, the game crashes again. You know, you can see kind of where I'm at. You know, I'm a little further north than I was. Well, no, I'm almost exactly the same place. So, I'm kind of stuck. At this point, I certainly can't do it now, but I think running through here and trying to go up here, I'm going to have the same problem. I think there is some issue, maybe because of the update from SCS, that I just cannot now connect back in without a problem, that they're going to have to do something to fix things. So sadly, I think that means, because I guess if I go to the job market, yeah, I can abandon the job, but it's going to cost me money. But I don't, I don't know what the point is, because I think I'm going to have this problem in general. So at this point, this may end up being the end of this series. Not that I'd like it to be, but this may be what I can do with what's available to me right now at best. Otherwise, I can abandon a job and try it again. It's just, man, I'd hate to spend 2 hours driving to the border from Canada or whatever and then it blow up. Obviously, I know I can't get into the US from Mexico. So, but if this is it, see you next time on another video. I don't know what it will be or when it will be for a truck sim, but you can certainly follow me on the farming simulators and so forth, so hope to see you around.